It is the weekend edition, and I always wave my hands at the beginning for you people on Facebook to get your attention. So you click on the video and listen. My name's D7 here at Grok Trade, and this is the weekend edition, good through September 17th, 2017. And on Friday, the markets mostly in bullish territory after most indices in negative territory. Small caps doing the best, up 0.41%. Spiders, though, down 0.4%. Banks higher. Financials lower for Friday. US dollar lower by 0.2%. Crude oil up by 0.7%. Gold lower by 0.5%. Silver lower by 0.9%. And the fear dropping by 2.6% on a Friday. Because it's the weekend edition, we're going to be looking at the weekly, and the month is halfway through, so we're going to look at the monthly also. And if you guys have been following my Bitcoin call, you'll notice that we nailed it yesterday. I didn't know it happened the very next day. We'll talk about that. For you guys who are new watchers, thank you so much for coming in, watching our videos, partaking of the information that we deliver in the chat room, in our stock picks, in the chart school that we have. We've been in business 10 years, and because of that, we certainly have amassed quite a bit of information, and we've helped. I just did I was putting together a slide, and we have literally trained right now 7,244 people. Those are people that's come in under our wing that we've actually helped train in trading. Not all those who've just been a part and have gone through our different free courses and all the free information, but those who have said, hey, we trust you, we want to go through your program. And 7,244, that's a lot of people coming through our program. And mentoring is a thing that we do. All right, the markets. Oh man, if you're watching this before, before Sunday, okay? If you're watching this video before Sunday, you're in luck if you have an interest in day trading. Here's why. I'm going to be doing three webinars on how to win at day trading. They're free webinars. Come partake, be a part of that. And that URL should be right up here somewhere. I don't see it, but in editing, I'll make sure it's up there. But it should be groktrade.com/day trade, /day trade. And that's what you want to do. Okay, first we're going to look at the S&P. The S&P daily chart had a big drop today. See how we've been hitting this trend line up here, and then bam, to the downside. And buyers try to buy up that weakness. Big volume the last couple trading days, but we did drop down 0.4% there on the S&P 500. If you look at the weekly chart, this is why. We bounced up. We have this trend line on the weekly chart. See this coming over? We were above it, and we dropped below that trend line. I'm telling you guys, if you learn how to draw trend lines properly, we do teach that in our mentorship, but if you draw them properly, you'll notice how perfectly these trend lines are challenged and how much they're respected. By who? Institutions. The institutions are the ones that move this market. We're like fleas. We're on the flea that jumps on a camel's back. We've got to be in unison with whatever the big institutions are doing. Be with them, not against them. And trend lines will help keep you in line of what's going on. But that's why we came right back down. If we had closed higher, if we didn't drop that 0.4% on Friday, we would have closed higher than this trend line. That would have broken the trend line, and that would have been a nice upside potential. But I'm not feeling it now because of that. We closed down below it. We're at resistance. So that's going to be a problem on the weekly. If you look here at the monthly going up. For the month so far, if we were to close right now, if this was the end of the month, this would be a hanging man reversal pattern. That would be a problem for this. But let's just see what happens. To be quite frank, I don't see, unless we just keep rallying up, unless we get a significant move to the upside, this is going to look weak on a monthly time frame. All right, let's take a look here at the Nasdaq. You know what, the Dow, let's just do it. Let's just do the Dow. Okay, here's the Dow daily. Dow Daily did break a trend line, broke a couple of them. I'm going to get rid of them. Let's clean these up now. Get rid of some of these things. This is what we're looking at right here. We're going up, 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 and you can see it starting to turn over, starting to roll over here. And it'd be interesting to see if we can keep going up higher. But it looks a little extended to the upside, like it's ready, you know, to want to, it may want to come back here. The weekly chart had a significant pop. We broke down. I had a sell on this, and I remained with my sell. But this week I should put a buy. Let me tell you why I'm not putting a buy on this one. The reason I'm not putting a buy on this is because it is about ready to hit resistance. I can see it going up a little bit again on Monday, maybe Tuesday, but that is a resistance area. And if you look at the MACD has a big, nasty, gnarly bearish divergence. So this is setting up to not be pretty for the bulls in the near future. Doesn't mean it can't keep going higher. If you look at the monthly chart, we busted through a trend line, and now we're on the bullish side of this trend line. I mean, it's just unbelievable how bullish we have been. I mean, ever since the election. I mean, we've just went boom, and we just keep going higher. Okay, let's look at the Nasdaq. This is the monthly chart on the Nasdaq. So the Nasdaq, put a sell on it, and I'm committed to the sell right now because of how extended we are. I know I'm underwater on this one, but that's just where we're at. Now, let me show you the weekly. Now, this is the weekly chart on the Nasdaq. This is a rising wedge. We have a bearish divergence on the MACD. And we went up, touched the trend line, came right back down by Friday. By Friday, we actually went back up. We were up 0.34%. But that is resistance. We could chop around here for a bit. We could do that. But I'm telling you, we are flirting with death in the markets here. We are not looking too good. Now, all right, let's take a look here at the daily chart on the Nasdaq. Big rising wedge. And we dropped, we popped up, but we touched the trend line. Look how it touched it and then came right back. It retreated from it. These trend lines, look how it touched it there, retreated. It went here. Watch this. Let me go to a line chart. Look at this. The line chart. We're all, see this? Boom, boom. We're all within these areas, okay? Now, if I go here to this chart, look how we're challenging these perfectly, and then perfectly. You gotta nail these trend lines, man. And there's a lot of, I mean, it takes us a couple hours to really teach everything on the trend lines so you get it all. But you master that, and it will help you. All right. Now, small caps. Russell's 2000, the daily chart. We had this symmetrical triangle, boom, to the upside, up, 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 up. And Friday had a pretty nice pop on some volume. So it's got a lot of spunk to it. Will be interesting to see how much more this thing can climb higher. Has resistance up here at 144. And if you look here at the weekly chart, right there, I would say 143.30 is a resistance area. 143.30, huge symmetrical triangle, or rising wedge, big time bearish divergence. We are setting up for a significant drop. We just are. That's just the facts there. But we're going higher, higher, higher. Could we blow past all this? Absolutely. Markets can do anything it wants to do, and it often does. All I can do as a technician of 19 years is take a look at what I am given. And these are facts. The price action is raw data. Volume is raw data. I take that raw data and I try to make something of it. And that's how I'm able to make these calls. And as you notice, most of these calls that I make are, I have a pretty good track record. Pretty good track record. Look here at, this is the monthly chart on the Russells. And I don't have a sell on it yet, but it is dangerously close to become one. It looks like it's it's like it's coming up and it's just begging to come down. Begging to come down. We'll see if that actually happens. Quick look here at the financials. Pulled a sell and then a buy, and we're staying up here. So the financials are bullish on a daily chart. At the weekly chart, we had this boom, boom, boom. The weekly chart, I gotta call it a buy. So there, I'm adding a buy on the weekly. The buy on the weekly. So I got a buy on the weekly. See what the monthly is holding. Monthly, we're staying above the trend line, looking very bullish as long as it stays above that. And I think we looked at that one already. Here's the daily. Here's the daily on the financials. Up, 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 a little pulled back, but I got a buy on it. I'm going to stay with my buy there. Okay. US dollar. This is the daily chart. I had a sell on it Thursday. We did drop on Friday. And let's see what the weekly has for us. Had it a sell last week. I'm going to stay with my sell on this. It tried to break up through this resistance. It came right back down. Bad news for the US dollar. And if I look here at the monthly chart, put a sell on this January 1st. January 1st, put a sell on the US dollar, and we have crashed and burned ever since. Bad news for that. But we do have support. See, this major support has been tested multiple times coming across. We did find support there. This could be a short-term low. Guys, short-term low. We're at an 11,744, okay? There, you've heard it. So this is pretty extended to the downside. Look for a bounce on the monthly chart at some point here. So it could happen. So on the daily chart, be looking for this to rally up on some big days, some big dollar days. And when that happens, I think that you're going to see an extended run on the US dollar. Okay, crude oil daily chart. Called it a buy a few days ago. We got up, 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 up. We're at a resistance area. This could drop anytime. We'll be ready for it. The weekly chart. Weekly chart, I got a buy on it as of June 26th. Up, 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 and boom! This week had a really nice pop. Guys, it broke this trend line too. Smoking hot. That is a good move on crude oil. Weekly chart. If you are long that, I would remain long. I wish there was more volume on that pop. I didn't see it. It's not great. The monthly chart, though. Monthly chart here still looks bearish. Down, a low base, looks more bearish than bullish, but this could be low. It could be a frying pan bottom, and it could rally up. Could happen. But right now, I'm going to remain with my sell on the monthly, buy on my weekly. Okay, so that's where we're at. And let's take a look at gold and silver. Gold and silver, and then I want to look at Bitcoin. Let's look at some stocks. Let's have fun. It's a weekend edition. And by the way, if you're not really interested in day trading, consider maybe not doing the webinars tomorrow, Saturday. Here's why. Because last time I looked, we had 55. We can only hold 100. So what we're looking for is anybody who currently does day trade or definitely wants to day trade. If that is you, definitely come be a part, hang out with us. Fun day tomorrow. Saturday. We have a morning session, we have a afternoon session, and an evening session. Join one of them. All about day trading. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. Here's the gold daily chart. Put a sell on it on 9/11, and it's gone down, down, down. This is a great looking bull pullback, guys. Be looking for a buy opportunity on gold on the daily chart. Weekly chart, I'm putting a sell on it. Okay, there's my sell. There's my sell on gold on the weekly chart. We've had a nice run, symmetrical triangle breakout, boom, to the upside. And we're dropping. Could be short-lived. Could be short-lived. We'll see. It could turn into a high base, choppy high base, or a bull flag, or a pennant even. I mean, it could do one of these, especially with what I'm seeing on the daily chart. Daily chart's looking pretty good. Look here at the monthly chart. Call it a buy a couple months back in July. And up, 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 up. Showing weakness right now, though. Showing weakness. So far, under pressure, but still bullish. I'm going to stay bullish. All right. Silver daily chart. Silver. Silver put a sell on it, 911, down, 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 down. Nice bull pullback. Look for an opportunity for a buy opportunity on the rising 20-day. That certainly could be the case, just like gold. And just like gold, silver on the weekly chart gets a sell. There's our sell on the weekly chart. It is dropping. And the monthly on silver, we have this pinch. Boom, we busted it. Last month, this month, we did make a higher high, but we're under a little bit of stress here. Let's see if we can rally through this. That means my weekly calls need to be wrong. My dailies need to be right. My monthly needs to be right. The only way those two can be right is my weekly bearish call is wrong, dead wrong. And that'll help all you gold and silver guys out there. Okay. Quick gander at the VIX. On the daily chart, I have a call in it to the downside, and we've down, down, down. I did that on 9/11 and down, 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 down. And the weekly, I got a sell on it, and we continue down on the weekly. This is fear indicator, so down is good. Got a sell on the monthly. Down, 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 down. Down is good. That means there's no fear. Okay, let's look at this Bitcoin. Okay, if you guys remember my video, a lot of that had to do on my weekly chart, and we'll talk about it. But I talked about the head and shoulders, I talked about the breakdown and the call, guys. Bitcoin is let me get rid of some of these lines, just clean it up a little bit. Called it a buy back here. Boom, we go higher. Called it a sell. We go lower. Called it a buy. And these are my calls and buys. They don't move. Sometimes they disappear. TradingView has a problem. If I have too many lines, too many plots on these, they tend to get removed. But what I'm trying to do is, if I catch that, I'm going back to previous videos to make sure there's continuity and transparency, guys, that I'm trying my best to make sure all my arrows stay, because I've got many videos out here, and you can hold me accountable to anything and everything. That's what I love about video, especially on YouTube. It's there forever. And I never used to do this. I never used to put calls. I just say it, but people then very next day would forget about it. Like, for example, I only had one comment, at least the last I looked, one comment of somebody saying, amazing call on Bitcoin. It got so close to your area, buy, and it rallied from there. And kudos to you, one, for noticing, and two, for leaving the comment. It's just, you know, I love when people recognize it, but not everyone does. You know, we don't remember what our wife was wearing earlier today, right? So I get it. You don't remember. So I put arrows here. And the question is why? Is it for an ego thing? It's not for an ego thing. It is to justify us being mentors and our abilities on what we can teach you. That's all. That's the only reason we do it. Okay, so there's the daily chart. So what do we do with the daily chart? It's down, 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 pretty extended to the downside. Not ready to call it a buy yet. I can't call a daily buy yet based off of my rules. However, if you're more astute, a little more savvy in trading, you should have got in right around this area. Right around this, it got down here to 29.90. Watch this. If I go to the weekly chart, I said look for a buy at this line. Remember that? 29.54, you can see this, and the rising 20-week moving average. And this low, I mean, it got the, what is that low right there? I'm kind of hovering over it, 29.68. I mean, it's right there. It got right to what I said in my video, right there. And the buyers came in. What buyers? The savvy traders. Those individuals that have been highly educated, informally educated. 100%, I guarantee you this, 100% of all those people that bought right there where I talk have one thing in common, and that is a trading mentor, period. They are well schooled. There they got in, it rallied back up. That's a huge bounce, guys. Big bounce on the weekly chart. Monthly chart, I don't even have a buy on this because I just started charting it myself. But I only see upside potential. I know, guys, I didn't say it in the video yesterday on Bitcoin, but you got the Chinese saying they don't want to give it credit. They don't want, because it doesn't have certain licensing. I mean, Russia's saying it now. So you got these big groups. The problem is that they're biased. The Chinese president said a couple years ago, said the US dollar is a yesterday's currency. And the reason he said that is because they want the yuan to be the monetary standard for the world. That's what they want. And I mean, as you know, Chinese are buying up everything American right now. They own the UFC, which is the Ultimate Fighting Championship, UFC. They bought up Budweiser. I mean, I go on and on what the Chinese own now. They want their currency to be the currency in charge for the world economy. Bitcoin is challenging, and cryptocurrency as a whole is challenging everybody's currencies right now. Do not ignore this. Somebody said it in the chat and said, you know what, if you do a mentorship on Bitcoin, count me in, it'll be huge. And I think that's true. I think what I'm going to do is start mentoring, and I'll let everybody know when I do it, on cryptocurrency, because I believe that is going to be a much bigger thing than what anybody can possibly imagine right now. Good stuff, man. Lot to share. It's something far different than what you've ever experienced before, and it's something don't let your fear get in the way on this. But if you don't know technical analysis on pullbacks and all, you can have your head handed to you. So you have to know how to navigate the waters of the charts, and those waters can be turbulent at times, but you'll do it with great confidence, you know, if you're schooled in that. Okay, let's look at some charts. Quick look at tech stocks, because you guys are geeks on the tech stock stuff. Apple is up 1%. I have it on a daily chart. I have it on the sell. We rallied up, but look at this closely, guys. Look at this. Apple down, 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 down. We go up, 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 up. We tried to break the trend line on Friday, but the sellers came back and brought it right back. We're still below 20-day moving average and a major trend line. My sell is still very active. I am good with my sell on Apple. The weekly chart, if you look at the weekly chart, look at this. I have a lower high and a lower low. My call last week is intact on Apple being a sell. Okay, being a sell. See, this is what I'm talking about. I go back, I don't see any buys down here, and I dollars the donuts. My buys have been taken off by TradingView. Anyway, I love TradingView, and that's who I'm using right now. Love them, love them, love them. But I don't like missing, because I don't remember where my buys were. I don't have I look at hundreds of stocks a day, and it's just, I cannot remember them. So it forces me to go back and look at all these past videos, and hoping that I was looking at Apple weekly and I was scrolling back and I could see where my buys were, you know, and it's just a laborious process. Okay, man, some of you guys should actually mark those for me. If I put a call, mark the date that those calls are on. So anytime I'm whining on a video, you can say, hey, Des, I got a spreadsheet. I'll send it to you. Oh, that's my real name, Des. I go by D7. All right. So, yeah. So that is weekly on Apple. The monthly so far, very bearish. It popped over a trend line, but for the month, we're already dropped down below it. This could be a jab, and that could be bad news for Apple. If Apple closes below this trend line, woe to Apple on a long-term scale. Bad news. For all you Apple people, or you know people that trade Apple, share this video, because that is something to keep an eye on. Amazon, quick look. Let me see if there's anything. I got a buy on it on the daily. Boy, You know what? I'm gonna have to put a buy on this. I'm really shocked I don't have one here. See, there again, this is one that I would have thought I would have had a buy on the weekly chart. But I'm forced. I mean, right there would have been my buy. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Anyway, look at the monthly, guys. Amazon, this is a high base. High base. Up, 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 up. High base. Guys, this is a big time buy. And where's my buy right here? And there. I mean, these are big time buy signals, and they're not on the monthly. Oh, I don't know. Anyway. So, BABA. Guys, BABA is something to be watching. BABA is... it's going to be an animal. Just do not be caught short in this dude, okay? I got a buy on it to the upside on the daily chart. The weekly chart, got a buy on it here, going higher. All is well. BABA's looking strong. Here's the monthly chart. Boom. See this? I was charting it back here. Where are my calls? Oh, it's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right, but this is up, 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 very extended. So on a monthly, it'd actually be good if this thing were to give us a high base or pull back a little bit. Baidu, this is a monthly chart on Baidu. Look at this beautiful triangle. Can you guys see that without me drawing lines? Nice symmetrical triangle right here. Very beautiful symmetrical triangle. And then it broke out. The weekly, got a buy on it. Boom, up, 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 up on the weekly, looking good. And on the daily, got a buy on. Wait, we're looking at Baidu. Let's go to Baidu. Baidu daily is up, 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 but dangerously close to a high. I'm going to stay with my buy on this one. I got to watch it closely, though. If you look here at Baidu weekly, up, 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 up. It's looking good on that. And we already looked at the monthly. Okay, let me see if any others big ones I want to look at here. Big move on GoPro. GoPro, I called it a buy. This is big, big, big. Called it a buy back here on August 31st. And it has gone from $9 to $11.50. That's a big percentage jump, guys. Big, 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 big percentage jump. On GoPro, the weekly chart, have a down last week. Where's my call on bull last week? So I have to put it there. I mean, are you kidding me? Ugh. Yeah, GoPro, something to be watching. Oh, NVIDIA, I had a sell on it. It's up 6%. Oh, dude, this is, oh, man, it's a very good. Okay, now my short has blown up completely. That is a big time buy, huge buy. That is a big, big move, big move. Weekly chart again, yeah, right there, of course. On this one, I don't have a buy. Don't have it. So I'm forced to do this. Are you kidding? Monthly, yeah, no calls on this one. Look at this. High base, perfect area for a buy right there. High base release, right there should have been my buy. Two perfect buys. Oh, man. Okay, there it is. I'm done whining. Oracle down 7.7%. Okay, big sell. Big, big time sell. Huge sell. Horrible. Horrible. News is earnings, and they didn't do too well. Didn't do too well. So on my weekly, sell. Monthly, it's not over yet, but it's a high base. I'm going to stay with, I'm going to be neutral on that right now. Anything else? Big mover, Snap, up 2.3%. I have a buy on this one. Remember, guys, I called the bottom here. Thought that was the bottom. It wasn't. Thought that was the bottom. I knew it was coming. And I had to get out of it. And so I went short. So I went long here, short here. So this is a good call. and then short down here. That's good. All that's really, really good. But there was the call. Boom! Up, 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 up. Called that a short. Down, 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 and then a buy. And we continued to be a buy and above all major moving averages. Finally, for Snap. But listen, this one could get ugly quickly. Just be careful with it, even though it's looking fairly bullish at this moment. And Twitter was down 1% on Friday. Big drop, but it didn't make a new low. I'm going to stay with my long on this. Let's see what the weekly is showing me. The weekly. And where's my buy? I should have a buy right there. Yeah, I don't have one. A buy right there and right here. I don't have them. And right here. There's 3 buys right here that I can see that are plain as day. And I don't have trades on them. Anyway, that's just life. All right, so here's the monthly. Monthly, this is this down. This could be a frying pan bottom. It's a nice choppy. It could be a bearish pennant also. You got to be really careful with Twitter. Really, really careful. I'd like to see it, clear 21.65 to really feel good with this on the monthly. But if that thing drops down below 16.5 or 15.5, that you don't want any part of this, okay? There it is for that. Okay, hang out with me on Saturday. Pick a time, pick a time, pick a time. Hope you can join me. We'll catch you guys later. Blog time. And I'll tell you, if you guys are still watching this video, it's already a 30-minute video. You're crazy. Crazy. Crazy, especially with all the whining I did talking about this. So it'll be interesting to see how things play out. Taking one of my daughters out on a daddy-daughter date. They like to go out individually, so I'm taking them out to the Lego movie that has not been released yet. So we have special passes to get an early viewing, which is nice. And it should be a nice, relaxing weekend. But Saturday is going to be busy for me. I got the daddy-daughter date, and in between that, I got some webinars, which I talked about a little bit. And Sunday should be a fairly relaxing day. Looking forward to next week. It'll be interesting how the markets play themselves out. So, there you have it. Take care. We'll catch up with you guys later. Bye.